Alright guys, in this video we're going to be talking about the video tag and the audio tag that are available in HTML5. Alright, so we just want to embed some video and audio. So let's start with video. I'm just going to put a heading here just so we know what we're doing. Alright, so I just want to embed a remote video, and I'm just going to use a link that has kind of a sample video we can use. So just like any other HTML tag, I'm going to put our angle brackets in here, and it's going to have a source attribute much like you would have with an image. So I'm just going to throw in a link here. Okay, so it's going to be v2v.cc/Theora underscore test suite slash, and I'm going to do 320 times, what is it, 240, and that's going to be an OGG file. Alright, now this is a remote link, but of course if you had a video file in your file structure, you could just you can include that as well. Alright, just like you could with an image. Alright, and then we need our closing video tag, and then whatever we put in here is going to show up if the browser doesn't support the video element. Alright, so we'll just say your browser does not support video. Alright, now we also want to just add an attribute in here called controls, because we want to add the controls to our video. And let's go ahead and save it. And if we go over here and reload, looks like the link, I don't think that's the right link. v2v Theora underscore test suite. Why isn't that working? It should be. Oh, we need to go right here, and we need the tilde character and then j slash. Okay, I forgot about that part. Okay, so now we have our video. If I click play, you can see that it's playing. Alright, so it's as simple as that to embed a video. Now there's different attributes we can add. Let's see, if we take away the controls and we reload, you can see that the controls disappear, but we want those. And we can also set it to autoplay if we want. So if we say autoplay and reload, you can see that it just plays right away. I don't have to press play. We can also say that we want it to loop. Okay, so if we go ahead and reload, you can see that once it gets to the end, it should restart. Alright, so it just plays in a loop. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of those. And then we're going to move on to audio. Okay, so same thing. This is just going to be an audio tag. And we want to include a source. And let me just grab the link so I don't mess it up. Okay, this is going to be a link to an MP3 file. It's just a sound. And that needs that. And then we just have a message in case the browser doesn't support audio. Alright, and then in here we want to say controls. Okay, so let's go ahead and reload. And now you can see we have this audio. We can play that, and let me just make sure my sound's on. Alright, so it just plays that sound, and again we can say autoplay if we want, and loop. And when I reload, you can see that it autoplays. Alright, now we can also use JavaScript to do things such as play. Alright, so for instance, I'm going to get rid of the autoplay and the loop, and then down here I'm going to put in a script tag, and we're going to create a variable called let's see, we'll just call it v, and let's set it to document dot get element by ID. And let's give this video an ID. We'll just say my video. Alright, and then we can take that variable, that v variable, and say dot play and save, and then when I reload you can see that it starts to play. Alright, I don't have autoplay on. It's coming from this job. We're actually causing it to play through our JavaScript. Now another thing we can do is we can add our own custom buttons or our custom interface. Okay, you may not want to use these controls. You may want to design your own. So for the audio, what I'm going to do is just create a div here, and we're going to have a couple buttons. So let's say button, and then we're going to give it an on-click attribute, and then we'll say document dot get element by ID, and let's actually give the audio an ID as well. We'll just say my audio, and let's say dot play Okay, so now we have this button. Let's save it. And we're doing inline JavaScript here, but of course you could set it to set off a function when it's clicked. Alright, so let me comment this out so the video doesn't play. Alright, so now if I go down and I click this button, this play button, you can see that it starts to play. Alright, so we could do without these controls altogether, and that should still play it. Alright, now we probably want to also have a stop or a pause, and we can even have volume buttons. So what I'm going to do is copy this and then paste it in 3 more times. And this one here we're going to set to pause. And then here what we can do is say volume, and we want to say volume plus equals 0.1. So you can control how loud it goes on each click. Let's see. Get rid of that. We don't want that. It's not a function. And let's just change this to plus volume, and then we'll do the same thing here. This will be dot volume, except this time we're going to say minus equals 0.1, and we'll say minus volume. Alright, so let's go ahead and save that, and now we have our own interface for playing the audio. So let's play. It might take a second because for my speakers. And you see when I pause it, it stops. And now I'm going to decrease and increase the volume. Alright, so now we have our own little interface. And obviously you'd want to make this look a little better, but that's not really the focus of what we're doing, styling. It's just showing you that we can in fact use our own custom buttons. Alright, so that's going to do it for the video and audio. In the next video, we're going to take a look at graphics with Canvas and scalable vector graphics.